A wedding just wouldn't be a wedding if the bride didn't appear in a stunning gown. Karina O'Donnell of Pumpkins and Dragonflies in Folkestone gave me the ins and outs of buying the right dress. Well, hi Karina, thanks so much for meeting with me today. Now obviously for a bride, her wedding dress is one of the most important aspects of her day. What sorts of things should I be thinking about when choosing the right dress?
Okay, first thing is to go to the shop and have a completely open mind. It's very easy to get caught up in looking at brochures and you see lots of glossy, beautiful models in photographs. But it's very important that when you get to the shop that you don't have a preconceived idea of what you want to try on. Now, you'll always have an idea of how you want to look, and a good shop, a good boutique will ask you lots of questions. Things like how you want to look on the day, the type of wedding environment where you're getting married, where you're having your reception, whether you want an informal wedding, whether you want a very, very traditional wedding. Because at the end of the day, your dress will hopefully reflect that element of the wedding. A good wedding shop will really know their stock, and they will be able to talk to you and find out exactly how you want to look, whether you want to look dreamy, princessy, and what your perception of a princess is, because everybody's got their own ideas how they want to look. When it comes to trying on dresses, hopefully the shop will be able to encourage you to try on some styles that you completely discounted when you looked at them first. Because a dress never looks the same on the rail as it does on an actual bride. And something that you may have looked at originally and thought, no, I don't like that, when you put it on,
Might be the one.
Definitely, absolutely stunning. You'd be surprised how often that actually happens. Be prepared to try on lots of dresses. You may be lucky and find the one, and there's always one out there for you. You may find the one within maybe 2 or 3 dresses. Some girls try 50 or 60, 70 dresses, and it doesn't matter. Don't get upset about it.
So I shouldn't be put off if I'm really struggling to find the one for me. I should stick to my guns and just keep looking.
And find a good shop who can really sit down with you and find out what you mean by the one. It might be the attention to detail, it might be the shape of the skirt that you want in a particular way. It might be the type of bodice, there might be a colour that you're looking for. There are so many different styles out there. You could be trying fishtail, huge ball gowns, even short dresses. Use the experience that the shop assistant has and her expertise. We see girls maybe 3 or 4 a day, different shapes and sizes. So if we know our stuff, then we should be able to help you.
So when going for my initial dress fitting, will I be able to try a veil on?
Of course you can. The whole idea is for us to dress you so that you see exactly what you would look like when you walk down, whether you're walking down an aisle or in a grand hotel or house. We will put a veil on, we will give you a tiara to try on. Most wedding shops will also let you try shoes because that gives you a little bit of height. And some dresses will need a petticoat. So yeah, the whole idea is for you to feel when you walk out from those curtains that this is
what you will be wearing.
Yeah, definitely, and how special you feel.
And will those things be included in the price that I see on the rail?
They're not normally. You buy those sorts of things separately. Some shops will include a petticoat, they may hire it. A lot of shops sell them. They're not very expensive. But your shoes, you would normally pay for those separately. The veil, the tiara, they are all added extras. The most important thing, if you're talking to your shop assistant, is to give them a budget. The amount that you don't want to spend over. Because it's very important. We can easily get your whole ensemble into that price range. Your dress, your veil, your tiara, shoes, for a set amount of money. So we do like to know how much that is going to be.
So one of the questions that I would have with regards to fittings would be, how many will I have and when will they occur in time frame from my actual day?
That will depend on the dress and how many other brides are using the same seamstress.
Right.
And whether you're on a diet or not. Most shops will suggest that you look for a dress between 8 to 12 months before you're actually getting married.
Right.
Now that seems like a long time in advance, but it does give you an awful long time to try things, to look through magazines, and to really get an idea of the type of dress that you want. Some dresses will take 6 months to create.
Right.
They're all made to order. Some are made to measure, but most of them are made to order on a standard scale size chart, depending on the designer. They can come in about 12 weeks, but the average is about 5 months. So it's very important that
To plan ahead.
definitely plan ahead. Yes, that's very important. Once you've got your dress, then it'll be a case of talking to the seamstress, and the dress will always have been ordered in the size you were on the day you placed the order.
Right.
We don't recommend ordering a size smaller because it puts added pressure if you are on a diet for you to get into that smaller size. Most dresses can be altered down. They can't be altered up.
No.
So if you don't lose the weight, at least you have a dress then that's going to fit. If you do lose a lot of weight, then the good seamstresses will be able to help you. You may need just the one fitting, and some brides need 3 or 4, depends on whether you're losing weight rapidly or not.
So you mentioned obviously to be as open-minded as possible and to consider a range of styles and also the day. Are my flowers an important consideration when choosing a dress?
Of course they are. Again, at the end of the day, you need to get that right, and a good florist will help you do that. Very important that you choose your dress and then think about the flowers, because you may decide to go for a traditional teardrop, in which case if you have a lot of beadwork down the front of the dress, you're going to hide it with a large bouquet, so you may choose a small posy. If you choose a dress that maybe has sleeves along a medieval line, you may want something that can rest on your arm rather than a traditional bouquet. That's something that you can think about later on, but the dress, you've got to get that right, how you're going to look, how you're going to be presented to your guests, and then everything else will slot in after that.
So when my choice is made and the day is approaching, when should I collect my dress from the shop?
Okay, that's a very good question. A lot of shops don't have storage facilities, so when the dress comes in, you would normally receive a phone call, and we'd invite you to come down and try your dress. We want to make sure that it fits as it should do. It will never be 100%, that's why you have alterations. Depending on the manufacturer, there's different size charts and different measurements, so you may well find that it fits on the waist but it's a little bit big on the bust. So the idea is to try it on, make sure that there's nothing manufacturally wrong with the dress, and then the bridal shop will expect payments at that time if you haven't already paid for it, and then you're free to take the dress straight away. Some shops can store it, and it will just depend on the facilities that they have.
But it's perhaps a question I should ask when trying the dress and
Definitely.
when placing my order.
Definitely, because if they don't have the facilities, then you need to be able to find somewhere or someone to look after it for you.
So obviously the bride's dress is a huge consideration, but so also is that of the bridesmaids. Is it usual that I will get those at the same place?
There's no reason why you shouldn't. Most shops will stock bridesmaid dresses. It's very few that don't, and they will do adult dresses and children's dresses. The important thing to remember is that your bridesmaids are there to compliment you on your wedding day. They're an accessory as far as that is concerned. And it's really, really difficult sometimes when you have bridesmaids who want a particular colour or a particular style. There's no hard and fast rule. So you don't have to have a dress that absolutely matches your wedding gown. It can be a completely different fabric, but it will still look beautiful. But I think the important thing is it's your day. Yes, they're going to be excited, but they have to fit in with you. So if you choose a particular colour, you do have to think a little bit about the way they look. Maybe a style wouldn't suit a particular girl. And there are lots and lots of colours out there. I mean, over 75 different colours sometimes from certain companies. A lot of choice, a lot of styles, but most shops will be able to help you with those dresses as well.
When looking for the right dress, have an open mind. Have an idea of the budget before entering any shops. Wear appropriate clothing for your fittings, take plenty of water and deodorant with you. Shop around for a seamstress, ask to see examples of work and consider whether or not they're right for you.